include that.
No, I said, no, I gotta find somebody. Maggie, I was gonna try to find somebody. Maggie did call me. First she didn't even call me. And then she finally called me.
Targets as well.
that process was closed,
National
because we
programs,
issued
which
it
is
through.
the environment,
I knew she won,
reducing
but she,
waste, planting trees, partner with Plant Noonan and Plants and Trees, all that.
See what I'm saying? So,
So,
we gotta
You know, logic,
yep,
I can see opening it back up, honestly.
but it'll be fun, you know, to do that in green.
Was asking
Emerald
me
City
to
County.
get
That one, you know,
Call the meeting to order. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the city in which we live. Guide us this evening as we make our decisions. In Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
This is the September 27th, 2022 regular meeting of the Noonan City Council. I'll entertain a motion from the minutes of the regular meeting of September the 13th, 2022. Second. Motion is second. We adopt the motion, we adopt the minutes as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Thank you. Appointments to boards and commissions. Ms. Shell, I understand you want to put this one on the next agenda?
yes, please.
All right, thank you. I have the next two. I'll just make it in one appointment. I'd like to reappoint Ms. Carrie Knight and Mr. Bob Coon to the Ethics Commission for another 2-year term.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Mr. DeBose.
Yes, I'll make one motion. I have two appointments, Bud Freeberg and Winston Skinner.
Second. All right, I have a motion and a second. We reappoint Bud Freeberg and Winston Skinner for another 2-year term on the Ethics Commission. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much. Mr. Phillips, do you have anything this evening?
Something real quick, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Mr. Craver and I have been discussing that from time to time, we've decided that under my heading, we may want to start recognizing some of our employees for outstanding achievements and program recognition. Nothing formal, not every meeting, just, when we feel like there's something deserving. And we want to start tonight by recognizing our planning staff. Obviously, we all know Tracy and Chris and Randy, but I have in front of me two different award recognitions that they recently received. Come on up, Tracy and your team. They received an award from the American Planning Association, the Georgia chapter, for outstanding public involvement in our latest comprehensive plan update. And they received the Community Achievement Award from the Georgia Association of Zoning Administrators. And it all is about the programs that they wrote out that allowed our citizens to participate in our comp plan process. And I think you've heard some of these numbers before. Just something, the plan 5 years ago, I think we had 68 community surveys and participants. And the process they wrote out this year, they had 1,036. So a substantial difference. So congratulations to the team. I just wanted to recognize them for their achievements, and they've been recognized by their professional association. So.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. Keep those coming. I don't have anything this evening. Under new business, consideration of a resolution to amend the current boundaries of the Downtown Development Authority of the City of Noonan. Mr. Craver, I think you have this evening. This is a resolution.
Certainly, we have
before
our Main Street manager, Abigail Strickland, with us too. From time to time, the Downtown Development Authority considers the boundaries in which they're legally able to induce and support projects. Over time, you may recall that the authority has amended its boundaries to include properties that are now referred to as the University of West Georgia Noonan campus. The Downtown Development Authority was used to support that project. The Downtown Development Authority at their last meeting considered, and with staff's recommendation, to include properties adjacent to the existing district and I'll just use kind of the common terms for them, but include property where the Headley Construction Building is, as well as Noonan Lofts, the 1-acre parcel adjacent to the railroad that the city has come into ownership with as a part of the 57 East project, and then First Avenue Park and the former industrial property across the street from it as potential sites for future redevelopment. So The authority would like the council to consider adopting a resolution to allow them to be included in their district for a time in the future whereby they may use Downtown Development Authority powers to induce a redevelopment project.
You have a resolution before you, is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor, if
Yes,
I
sir.
could just say that the resolution that it was in the agenda has been amended as to section 4.
By the handout
of that
that you-
agenda, in which we had originally included the Greenville Street Park, which is already in the district, as opposed to the industrial site at 25 First Avenue. So if the motion could adopt the resolution as amended.
Sure.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Motion is second to adopt the resolution amending the boundaries of the Downtown Development Authority of the City of Newnan as amended. Any discussion, questions?
I have one question.
Mr. Alexander?
On Carmichael Street, I guess it's number 18. That's not included. Why is that?
That property right now is currently a residential property. Downtown Development Authorities have limited powers. That was when we considered taking that piece of property, and was during the time in which the city was participating in the University of West Georgia redevelopment project. And we left it off because it's currently a residential property. Downtown Development Authorities are typically used to induce commercial activity. And it continues today as a residential property. As you may recall, Councilman Alexander, it's a single-story white siding
Right.
home
Right.
across, right there adjacent to the pollinator garden and
Yes,
outdoor
sir.
classroom.
Okay.
And that's that property.
Right. Thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
So I have a motion and a second. Any other questions?
One other quick question is, so talk about in the future having potential projects, are there any projects kind of in the pot right now, on the back burner?
No,
in
sir.
thoughts or process?
Not currently.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anything else? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thank you. To present results of funding under the ARPA external, Mr. Moody, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, Mr. Mayor, thank you, council.
Yes.
Tonight, there are 3 requests. The first being from Bike Coweta for an all-kids bike program. This will install a learn-to-ride curriculum for young children around the kindergarten age. The request is for $15,000.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the request of Bike Coweta for $15,000. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Yes, and the next is
The-
Orion Kitchens Automotive.
Yes, and that request is to recover lost revenues from the pandemic from 2019, or between 2020 and 2021, and that request is for $74,034.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. We approve the request for $74,034 to RM Kitchens Automotive. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The next, please, Tarpley Drug.
Yes, the third and final application is the Tarpley Drug Company. They're requesting under premium pay. This is the first time we've used this category. The request is for $110,766.50.
Thank you. Before I ask for a motion on this, Mr. Moody just said it. This is the first time we've introduced this category. Every other category, every other time we've awarded, it has been for a business loss or for the creation of something like we saw on number 1 with Bike Coweta, where it was a program for the community.
Yes, sir.
Premium pay is different. And if you will recall, the first time we had any of these before us, we took a step back and asked for it to be placed back in the hands of the staff for some guidance and possibly a cap regarding, what we would consider as this body. And I would like, if it's up to the rest of the council, of course, to voice their opinion one way or the other on this, but that's what I'd like to see us do tonight, is send this particular one back to the staff for some guidance and some clarification and maybe some regulatory numbers that can have it come back to us.
Do you need a motion for that?
If there's some discussion or thoughts, or yes, but nothing short. If you want to get a motion in a second, we can have discussion.
I will make that motion.
All right,
Second.
motion is second, discussion.
No, I appreciate it. I think that's prudent on our part.
Anyone? I'll call the question. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Moody, appreciate it. The next is a public hearing. I'm going to open a public hearing at this time. This is a request by the owner to demolish the structure at 72 Farmer Street that was constructed more than 50 years ago and located in the Cotton Mill Historic District. Stevenson, how are you, sir?
Good, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, Council. As the Mayor just stated about this property, it is located in the Cotton Mill District. It is non-contributing as far as architecturally with the survey that was done in 1993. And the owners have fulfilled the advertising and the posting requirements of the ordinance for the historical properties. And they are here if you have any questions.
Okay, this is a public hearing. If there's anyone that would like to come forward to speak to the issue, this is your opportunity to do so. And I would ask at the same time if there are any questions from council during the public hearing. Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing at this time and ask for a motion on the issue.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. We will approve the request for the owner to demolish the structure at 72 Farmer Street. That's the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next under unfinished business, this is consideration of a resolution to adopt the 2022 update on the capital improvement CIE, which includes the short-term work program, the STWP.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Mr. Cole, how are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Mayor and council members. Yes, sir. So I would just ask for the council to please adopt the capital improvements element, including the short-term work program. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. There's a motion before you. Is there, a resolution before you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. Motion is second to adopt the resolution as presented. We appreciate staff's hard work to get us to this point. Thank you very much. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Thank you. The next is, under visitors, is a request from the White Oak Golden K Kiwanis Club to set up a kiosk on the Court Square for their annual pecan sale on the weekends of November the 4th through the 20th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. We grant the request as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. That ends our regular agenda this evening. I understand we may have a couple of folks who have an off-agenda request. If you'll come forward at this time, that would be appreciated.
Hi, I'm Christy Finninger. I work at First Baptist Church on 15 West Washington. And this Sunday, we're having the Bluegrass. It's like our homecoming for our church. And they want to close Madison Street right behind the church from College to Brown.
Okay, we have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a request. Motion is second
Do
to
we-
grant the request. Any discussion?
What hours are you looking at?
From 10 to 2 on Sunday.
All right.
10 to 2 on Sunday. Okay. Anything else? I'll call the question. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Anyone else this evening with a request? If you'll come forward. Ms. Norman, state your name for the record, please.
I'm Norma Haynes, and I am here on behalf of my Newnan-Coweta Public Safety Appreciation Committee. I want to invite each one of you to come and help us celebrate people like these folks right here who have done so much for us. I've gotten letters and donations from people who have thanked, who want to show their appreciation for the way these people handled the tornadoes and the way they're handling all of the things that are happening in our city and county. And it's just an honor for us to be able to celebrate them and to show them our deep appreciation. And I hope that each one of you, the luncheon is October the 6th, from 11:30 to 1:30 at the fairgrounds. And I appreciate the support that you all have given them in the past, and that I know you will continue to give them, because we have got some of the most dedicated, hard-working people in the world. And I am so blessed to live in a place where we are blessed with these people. And I hope that you will see fit to come and show your appreciation. I had a notice from the governor wanting to know about this appreciation. And he said he would like very much to be a part of it. I don't know that he'll make it, but he said that he wanted us to know that he appreciated our taking the opportunity to celebrate these people who mean so much to us. And things are not good for our law enforcement, for our firefighters. And I hope you'll remember them in your prayers as well as support them in every way. And I hope to see you out there. We don't have a program. We just want them to enjoy each other, have good food and delicious desserts. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Ms. Norman.
Thank you.
Ms. Norman has been doing this for so long that Mr. Phillips finally put this in our budget. So
It's coming.
he kind of anticipates this every year, so I'm not sure that we actually need a vote other than a vote
We get it out.
to support. I don't think we need a vote to fund,
I'll make that
but a
motion.
motion to support would be wonderful.
I'll make that motion.
Motion second, to support the luncheon in any way we can. The money is already available and slotted for you, Ms. Norman. We appreciate that very much. So all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Anyone else off agenda this evening? Okay, we have no reason for an executive session so I am going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do have, it's been so long since I've gone around the dais,
Okay.
I have forgotten to do that, and Ms. Jenkins asked me before the meeting
I
to
did.
call on her, and I'm doing that now.
Okay.
Thank you.
During our retreat, we talked about asking our development company that we have signed an LOI with to look at, in addition to 57 East Broad, is looking at doing a comprehensive kind of plan from Sal Beatty all the way up to the police department, and looking at how that corridor there and that section of town might look with the 57 East Broad Street project. And so I wanted to see if council would entertain having our city manager approach them about what that arrangement may look like.
Where is this from?
This
From
is
where to where?
from Sal Beatty all the way up to Joseph Hanna Boulevard, where the police department is, that whole east side. Because we have in our comp plan Andrew Street, we have in our comp plan elements, but we don't have a comprehensive look at what an east side redevelopment might look like.
So is that to include Murray Street and that sort of thing, or what?
It's to the railroad, I believe, is what we had, but you
Oh,
know what?
okay.
Yeah, from the railroad
All
into
right,
downtown.
okay.
Right. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
In other
Right.
plans that have come up for that area.
Yeah, we've had little pieces here and there, but we haven't had anything comprehensive.
That's right.
And that's what I'm looking at, is let's stop doing piecemeal and do one big
The
thing.
parts have not been put together.
That's right.
Any objection from
I'm
council
fine
with
being
it?
in favor of it.
Okay.
I guess my question is, would it run continue or in conjunction with the existing LOI, or would this be something
I think that's something we need
separate
to
and
run
after
by-
the fact?
Run by the team, obviously in the 120-day period. We went from a 6-acre scope to, maybe that scope, so I don't know that it could be thoroughly vetted in the 120-day due diligence period.
Right.
So it's.
So it would have to be something totally, it'd have to be
Yeah.
a separate
Let
LOI?
us have the conversation before I completely answer what that
Exactly.
strategy would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying,
I do
can you
envision
go
it'd be a
talk to
longer
them,
period.
and then they can tell us what they can do.
Yeah,
And then you could just come back to us with the staff report.
Come back,
is
yeah.
this even something that they do? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys, staff.
And it, keeping in perspective the whole broader city and the downtown area.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, motion to adjourn.
Now I move.
And second.
And a second. Motion to adjourn. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. We're adjourned. Thank you for being